Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today on In the Kitchen with Sandy, let me tell you something. I woke up this morning thinking to myself, I want something really super delicious today. Something simple, something comforting that I can just sit on my couch in my pajamas and just eat. Oh my God, I love comfort foods, don't you guys? I love comfort foods. The first thing I thought about was some country spare ribs with potatoes on them. My mom and dad, when I was little, I remember they used to cook what we called just meat and potatoes all the time. Sometimes they'd use neck bones, which I love neck bones and potatoes. Let me tell you something. I was raised on that stuff. But unfortunately, they don't sell neck bones at my local grocery store. I don't want to run all the way to Kroger's. So I am making some spare ribs and potatoes today. I'm also going to throw some carrots on them. I couldn't decide if I wanted carrots or not, but then I thought, yeah, why not? It's gonna be delicious. This recipe is so simple and so easy. This is just, hey, it's kind of a cook with me kind of day. It's the weekend, but bonus, you're gonna get a fabulous recipe. And what I'm making with mine today is some wilted lettuce and onions. I already have that recipe up here on my channel, but I've just called it, like, I don't even know what it's titled. I didn't title it wilted lettuce and onions because I thought, well, nobody would know what that's about, but it's like lettuce, bacon, and onion salad or something, but it's drizzled in hot bacon grease. Now you know that shit's gonna be good if it's drizzled in hot bacon grease, but it's gonna go perfect with this today. So simple, so easy, that just, it's gonna be absolutely phenomenal. All right, guys, what I've got here is my ribs. These are just, like I said, they're like country spare ribs, Western style ribs, what have you. Some of these have the bone in them, and which I am like super excited about that because I wanted the ones with bone in them, because any type of meat that you cook that has bone in it, it is absolutely so much more flavorful. I'm not really sure why I've got you so close there. But anyway, these are like super long, so I'm going to cut the ones that don't have bones in them in half. Well, I'll try to cut them in half. There we go. And then I am just going to toss them in my pot there. Now this one has a bone in it, so I'm not going to be able to cut that one in half. That's perfectly fine. The only reason why I was cutting them in half is so they would fit in my pan a little bit better. All right, I got all my meat tucked in my pan. Look at that. Look how much meat that is. I didn't realize it was going to be that much, but that's all right. We'll eat it. And I'm also going to use some chicken broth, chicken stock, whatever. And I've got like 2 small onions, just roughly cut up. I like to leave them nice and chunky, just like me. And also about 3 cloves of garlic there, just cut up. And I'm going to use a can of golden mushroom soup. And what else? I'm going to use some onion flakes and maybe 1 to 2 bouillon cubes, because I don't think chicken stock has much of a flavor. You have to add a little bit more to it. Maybe some pepper. I don't know what else we're going to throw in there, but let's go ahead and get the rest of the ingredients in there. Those have already been washed, by the way. I'm just going to add my chicken stock. Oh, I cannot tell you how excited I am for this. Now, if I was using the beef ribs, then I would use beef stock. I like both. And we're going to also add some water to that because we want to cover that meat up. And I'm just going to pop this can of golden mushroom soup in there. It adds so much flavor to it. You could use the cream of mushroom if you like, or the beefy mushroom. That is also good. We're going to add our onions and garlic. Oh, this is going to be so good. Look at that. It's already like a big old pan of wonderfulness, isn't it? I'm going to go ahead and add 1 beef cube. Or chicken cube, not beef cube. Listen to me, I'm getting so excited, I just can't even talk. I'm telling you, I have been wanting this, something comforting. Olivia likes stuff like this too, so it's going to be perfect. I've already got my tea out there. I'm going to use some minced onion. I don't know, nice tablespoon, because you know they add an abundance of flavor. Got my sweet tea out there in the sun, brewing away. And some pepper. Then I'm going to add some water just to cover the meat. All right, now I'm going to cover this. Get this started. Turn it on there. I'm going to make sure that the water comes up right up over my meat. And we can add an extra bouillon if we have to. All right, and then I'm just gonna put a pinch of rosemary in there. Just a pinch. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna give it a mix around. And then I'm gonna put the lid on it and let it cook till the meat starts getting fork tender, which should probably take about, I don't know, maybe an hour, a little bit over an hour. And then I'm gonna get my potatoes cut up and my carrots cut up, and I'll probably put those in, you know, right when the meat gets done, because it's, you know, you can't really overcook that meat, because when you cook it, you know, like boil it like that, cook it on the stove top, all it does is gets more tender, and it's gonna be so good. But I'll show you when we start getting potatoes and carrots in it. All right, guys, my meat is done. It cooked for about an hour and 20 minutes, somewhere right around there. I took it out and I took all the bones off of it, and look at that. You got a nice golden broth, and I'm telling you what, this stuff is money. It is so good, and that meat is absolutely, oh, it is so tender. Look at that. I could just poke it right. I'm going to go ahead and add about 3 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to tell you why. One, because I like butter, and I want you to look at this whole plate of carrots and potatoes that I've cut up here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stick my carrots down in there. We're going to give them a nice, you know, start cooking. You know, a nice few minutes to start cooking. I don't know, about 5-6 minutes, because the potatoes does not take as long as the carrots do to cook. I'm losing my veggies here. But they don't take, potatoes does not take as long as the carrots take to cook. I'm telling you what, I cut up a whole mess of veggies now, didn't I? I better save room for my carrots or my potatoes. Listen at me. I'm so excited. Look at that. That meat is so tender. I love stuff like this. I mean, this just screams comfort. I'm gonna get my carrots in there, let them cook for, like I said, a good 5 or 6 minutes to get a head start on the potatoes. Pop my lid back on. Let that start boiling up. And then I'm going to add my potatoes in here. Going to let it cook until all the veggies are just fork tender. All right, guys, my western ribs and potatoes and carrots are done. I want you to look at that. It looks so good. I'm telling you what. That meat is fork tender. Look at that. The carrots are nice and soft. The potatoes are just perfect. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to dig in. Let's just savor how beautiful that picture is right there. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to dig in. And it's nice and frothy. Excited. Look at those little bitty mushrooms. It is fork tender. Look at that meat. Get me a big old bowl of it. Give me some broth. Now, let's give it a taste. Now with this, you need a spoon and a fork, because you gotta get you a nice big bite of that broth, which I'm gonna do first. It's gonna be hot. Now for the fork. I mean, look how tender that meat is. It's just falling apart. I love this stuff. Hot. I'll tell you what, it doesn't get any better than this. I have more bite. I'm gonna plate me up some salad, give me some tea, and I'm gonna go sit down and eat. You know I appreciate you guys. You know I love you so very much. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.